Golf ball-sized hail pummels the shingles. Wind violently tears across the ridgeline. The sheer physical force leaves undeniable destruction behind. Within days, a contractor performs a visual walkthrough and promises the homeowner a full replacement. They point to surface marks and offer a confident, emotional assurance that the insurance company will pay. But the process stalls when the official denial letter arrives. It cites wear and tear or maintenance issues. The homeowner is left confused, and the contractor assumes the adjuster is simply acting in bad faith. This friction usually happens for one reason. The claim wasn't rejected because damage was absent. It was rejected because the inspection failed to create a verifiable record. The contractor provided an opinion. The insurance company required data. Adjusters do not actually approve roofs. They validate documentation. Treating a claim like a debate or a negotiation is a fundamental misunderstanding of the system. To move a claim forward, you have to understand the bureaucratic cage the adjuster lives in. They are governed by internal carrier guidelines, reviewed by desk supervisors, and increasingly monitored by automated audit software. The adjuster operates under asymmetric risk. Approving without airtight evidence creates internal audit exposure. Standard denial is safe. Submitting opinion-based claims triggers audit risk, forcing a defensive posture. The adjuster defaults to denial, locking the scale to the only outcome they can defend. Success is not about winning an argument. It is about engineering a safe yes, structuring the documentation so that a claim approval is far less risky for the adjuster than a denial. Engineering that safe yes starts with claim verifiability. This requires shifting from a visual walkthrough to a forensic inspection methodology that relies on physical material science. Most failed inspections rely on blurry photos of random shingles and emotional assertions. These files are impossible to audit, which makes them impossible for a carrier to approve. Forensic documentation identifies the precise fracture morphology of the shingle mat. Mapping impact clusters builds a record of physical material failure. Matching these patterns to wind trajectory proves a verifiable event, while matching collateral damage on soft metals completes the causation chain. This level of forensic documentation replaces subjective claims with observable evidence. When the claim file is this precise, carriers can no longer rely on generic wear and tear exclusions. Proving physical damage is only the first step. To finalize the claim, those findings must be run through a translation layer that aligns with the carrier's internal logic. Tied to IRC building codes, OSHA safety standards, or manufacturer specifications, the carrier must address documented structural obligations. Grounding the scope in these rigid rulebooks shifts the focus from contractor preference to legal and technical requirements. We can see this in the flowchart. Xactimate is often misunderstood as a decision maker, but it is actually a translation tool. Once damage and codes establish necessity, Xactimate simply calculates the cost for that verified scope of work. This preparation changes the on-site adjuster meeting. It functions as a joint verification exercise, where the adjuster confirms the pre-built documentation rather than discovering it. By providing forensic facts and specific building codes, you give the adjuster the exact justification they need to explain the approval to their own management. If the homeowner from the beginning had used this forensic protocol, the adjuster would have started with a defensible file. Proper documentation stops the initial denial before it is even written. This also streamlines supplements for hidden damage. Instead of hostile demands for more money, they are submitted as structured updates regarding newly discovered structural necessities. Many contractors pride themselves as being fighters, but getting angry or making premature threats of litigation actually ruins credibility. These tactics increase the adjuster's defensiveness and stall the claim. The insurance industry is a system designed for risk transfer, and it strictly rewards clarity. In a process governed by audits and internal reviews, the party who out-documents the other makes disagreement impossible.